Hi, good evening and welcome to Sports Monday. I am Julian Gibson, sitting in for Jonathan Benson, who's on vacation. Topping sports tonight, original Golden Girl Chandra Sturb. Well, she is celebrating her birthday today, the national 100-meter record holder at 10.84 seconds. She's enjoying her day. The world and Olympic medalist, well, she's been hampered by injury this year, and she did not compete at all this season, but she's hoping to get back for the 2012 Olympics in London. But once again, happy birthday goes out to the Golden Girl Chandra Sturb from the entire Bahamas sports fans, including the ZNS Total Sports team. Still talking track and field, a young, talented track and field coach, well, he's speaking out against the B3As. Sean Miller says that he represents a large number of coaches who are also ticked off at the operation of the B3As.
They have practiced blatantly discriminating against coaches and athletes for the entire 2011 season. It's not me, it's not Sean Miller. We have here in Nassau well over 20 coaches that feel as if they were discriminated against. And it's not here in Nassau only. We have all over the Bahamas coaches that they're just not satisfied with the way the administration is being run.
Miller says that the association operates like a buddy-buddy system and it needs to stop.
If you're not in that clique, you will not be chosen. You will be dealt with. We had one set of coaches doing all the traveling. They even went as far as changing the constitution, making sure that certain athletes, certain senior athletes, one in particular, Rupert Gardner, this is a guy that got us a gold medal through the Golden Girls, the relay coordinator. He's been on so many teams. He's been a head coach now for decades. And they made a change, whereas they're saying that if he does not have level 5, he cannot go.
And the recent trip to South Korea, in which there was not a report back to the Sports Nation, Miller had this to say.
They came in here after the World Games. They never once told us, well, through a press conference, invited all the media houses, like they usually do, and talk about it, give us a reason what happened down there. And this time, we're talking about, let's look at some of our senior athletes. The Chris Brown, he has a family. He runs for a living. He's a professional. And now he's going home, and he have to be the one to face his wife and let her know that he's coming home with no money in his pocket from that World Games. And I know he was relying on that 4x4 team, never given the opportunity.
Coach Sean Miller speaking his mind. Well, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Charles Maynard, he's back from the World Track and Field Champions in Korea, where he got a chance to mix and mingle with the Bahamian athletes. He also had a chance to hear some of their pressing concerns.
They didn't have many concerns. Some of them had a concern about the 10% reduction we did in their subvention last year as a result of our budget restrictions. But I was happy to report to them that their levels of subvention will be restored to what they were prior to our reduction within the next month or so. And so they're very happy to hear that. They had some concerns about their interaction with the Bahamian people in terms of the Bahamian people knowing who they are, knowing how hard they are working on the international stage to represent the Bahamas. And we assured them that we have some programs in place where we expect to feature some of them and to make sure that all of them, not just the one or two, become household names in our country and to get more people to support them.
Well, the athletes are also looking forward to coming home and competing in the newly completed National Sports Stadium.
And so I assured them that we too wanted to see that, and that it was important for us to get the Bahamian people to rally around them once that happens. And so there is some discussions for some sort of invitational where they would be able to compete, and we invite some of the top athletes from around the world to compete against them, and to more or less use it as a launch for the new stadium. And so we're working on that, and we look forward to that event happening.
From softball on Saturday night, it was a big battle in the New Providence Softball Association between the Island Luck Truckers and the New Breed softball team at the Bankers softball field. After 7 innings, a winner was not decided. They had to go to extra innings. In the top of the 9th inning, the Truckers would come up with 5 runs to outlast New Breed 16-13. The winning pitcher was Leroy Thompson.
game was pretty tight until I think the fourth inning when we break it open and we went ahead 9-3. I thought we should have won it after that, but they came back.
You never could count the Truckers out, though.
No, I think the Truckers is still the best team. We're the most experienced team, and the young guys, they have a lot to prove. They have a lot of talent, but at the end of the day, I'm glad we came out on top.
We know not to quit. Even though these guys played a good game, they never quit all night, and we had to keep on just doing what we had to do.
Then one or two of my players was under the weather tonight, but we played a good game. We made one or two mistakes we shouldn't have made, but Truckers is the champions, and to beat the champions, you got to beat them. They ain't gonna come out there and give you the game, but we show them we ain't backing away. We keep coming.
Kind of glad at the end of the way they kind of walk another part of the pitch to me, no respect or whatever, But hats off to them. I had to show them it's all about the Truckers, man.
How you feel about that monster show?
I feel good, man. I haven't had one for the year. I may not be off. I only play about 4 or 5 games for the year, but trying to get back slowly. I'll be back.
Bahamas Basketball Federation President Lawrence Hepburn will not be seeking re-election. Charles Fisher caught up with him to get his views on a number of issues related to the game of basketball.
Lawrence Hepburn's tenure as president of the Bahamas Basketball Federation comes to an end October 29th, and the ball will be bouncing in another president's hand.
That's definitive. I don't just blow words for the sake of that. I figured, there's enough persons out there, and no man is an island, and there are other persons with innovative ideas and drive who has their persons relationships that they can build to help further this federation. I think I've done what I could. I reach out to as many persons that I could have, and made some fairly nice relationship with some of the persons in corporate Bahamas. And so I look for the other persons, whoever it may be, to come along and build some other bridges and make some other friends in our community to help us promote this sport.
Lawrence hoping that more persons from the professional business world who have benefited from basketball would step forward to run the federation.
I don't go nowhere. I try to continue to assist the Basketball Federation with its development program, with its coaching programs, and so we look forward to continuing working closely. And so whatever the administration that takes over, they know that I'm going to give them my support. I'm a fan of the game. I love the game. And so I'm going to be there to assist in any which way I'm called upon.
And with the Summer Thunder Series in its final week with Seattle Pacific in town for 3 games, so far American coaches have enjoyed the hospitality but would have liked for the level of competition to have been up a notch or 2.
And it's only up to us to improve as a country, improve our brand of basketball, and they'll be more than happy to come. But, on the grounds of play and their ability, I think they were not entirely pleased with the level of competition, but they were pleased with everything else, like I said, about the Bahamas.
For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thanks much, Seafish. Streets Legends Basketball Classic winding down. They played last night at the Donald Davis Gym. Organizer Wilton Russell, he is pleased with the level of competition so far.
How's it been doing? It's been doing extremely well. If you've seen the togetherness, the sportsmanship, these guys came together in a conducive environment. They have met persons who they have never seen before, and they have shake hands. They have competed inside a friendly competition, a friendly atmosphere, and it's just been wonderful. And so far, thus far, we can clearly say that the tournament has been really, really successful.
Now, what has not been impressive is the crowd attendance to this year's games.
On the park, we've gotten a huge response. Once we hit the various team communities court, it's been really, really responsive. Once we move inside indoors, we've noticed that the crowd has dwindled down a bit. And then also, the weather's been bad also. So that has been a challenge for us. But I noticed for a fact that once we are in the various home courts, a community or constituency, it has been extremely, extremely pleasing.
And finally, in sports tonight, on the menu, well, we'll have some sardines. That's right, the Miami Dolphin, they call them around town the Miami Sardines. They'll be taking on Mario Lightburn and Julian Gibson's New England Patriots. Go Patriots, go.